My name is Steve Colin. I currently serve as one of the first shift coordinators for the crisis care department here at Zeph Center. I am in my ninth year. About 9.5 years I've been at Zeph. The last year and a half have been here at Crisis. I am currently enrolled in a Master of Social Work program to get my social work license and further my career. Because when I came here 9.5 years ago, I realized that this was the job for me for many reasons, some of which I want to share with you today. Many of us in the social work or counseling field have heard the term wounded healer, because so many of us have backgrounds and trauma histories, that's a common term. However, a friend of mine shared her version of that term that I really, really like because I think it's applicable to what we do as social workers and counselors, and that is experienced witness. It means the same thing, that we all have our own issues, but it's a little more trauma informed. It's a little more impactful that when we might not disclose with our clients, but we too have been through the ringer and we have come out the other side, and we can use that experience to help our clients experience the same hope and recovery that we have. Just as a little background, when I was just barely 4 years old, my sister passed away at 11 months. Now, I grew up in a solidly middle-class home with parents who loved me. I wasn't neglected, I wasn't beaten, I wasn't abused, had a very good life. But that moment, because I was young and I didn't know what questions to ask, I didn't know what emotions to feel, was formative throughout my whole life. Had several other experiences. When I was about 7, one of my dear friends passed away from leukemia. Had lots of uncles and cousins pass away. So I, unfortunately, am very experienced with losing people that I care about. And that has had a major impact on where I am today. I have learned a lot through therapy, through education, through learning, just sharing stories with my parents about my sister, who I don't remember. I was just too young at the time. But those things could have led to me not coping in a positive way, but rather coping in a maladaptive way. But because I have realized that losing people close to me throughout my early life has been so influential, I've been able to take steps. I would encourage you to find a therapist that you can build a trust with. If you have a lot of trauma history, find a therapist that does EMDR therapy. That's amazing for trauma recovery. Another one that's new to me and I'm just exploring is sensory motor therapy that ties our body and our brains together, because our mental health affects our physical health and vice versa. So being in tune and addressing both our body and our mind is just an amazing experience. But I just want to say that regardless of what therapy modality you find yourself in, find a therapist that you trust, that you can share with, that you can be open with, that is supporting and validating, because that is the single step that has helped me be the mostly well-adjusted adult that I am. I'm not ashamed to say that even though I'm a mental health social worker, I too take mental health medications, because I live with, and I say that intentionally, no one suffers with mental illness. We all live with it in various forms. So I live with depression and anxiety. And I think that brings a unique experience for me in helping others who have experienced losses, traumatic losses, impactful losses, who are living with various forms of mental illness, whether it be depression or anxiety or audio-visual hallucinations, whatever it might be. I can share either directly or indirectly with those individuals that there is hope, there is recovery, there is getting beyond those things in your life. So, for those of you who are watching this video, you might have had, like me, a positive, supportive, encouraging, quite frankly, I was spoiled rotten upbringing. But that doesn't mean that there aren't things that impact our mental health and our social development throughout our lives. The important thing is that you recognize those things and that you get help for those things, because the only person that can't get help or whatever issues they're struggling with is the person that doesn't ask. So just ask, friends.